Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is Bayou Breakdown. We're joined, as always, by Jack Tudor. And Jack, how you doing?
Brian, man, I've been better. I'm hurting a little bit after Sunday.
Yeah, no, we both are in the same place here. We came from the high of week one where we patted ourselves on the back about our teams playing well and our predictions coming to fruition. And now we've come back down to earth, as it were. If you missed it, I talked about the Miami Dolphins really disappointing me in my Miami Minute, and we're here to do the same. So, Jack, just off the top of your head, what are your first reactions to this Saints loss to the
Ben,
Panthers?
you're spot on in that we came back down to earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Jameis Winston that Jameis fooled everybody he was under
Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton's tutelage and Drew Brees' mentorship,
Mm-hmm.
um, returned to Jameis Winston of the Tampa Bay Bucks, who threw 30 touchdowns and 30 picks in the same 5,000 yard season. Except he's not even going to be close to 5,000 yards at this point. He threw, I think, he's at 300 yards total on the season so far.
Right.
So it's going to be ugly if this keeps up.
Hey, and at least he didn't throw 5 interceptions this game. It's only two.
Yeah,
So that's something.
yeah. Thank God, right? I guess he's not. There was one kid I think this week that threw 5 picks. Oh yeah, it was Zach Young or whatever. Um,
Oh, yeah.
Not
For
Young.
the Jets.
Yeah, that was not pretty.
Yeah,
Um,
so, luckily we don't cover the Jets here. Maybe Chad will be happy to talk about the struggles.
True.
We cover the Patriots again. But, yeah, no,
oh
so,
yeah, Zach Wilson. Sorry, not
Zach
Zach
Wilson.
Young. He went to Brigham
Yes.
and Young. That's my bad.
Yes,
We're good.
BYU, boy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Not even God could help him against Bill Belichick. God took a look and he's like, I don't get
He's like,
involved
I
with
don't
games
want
with that
nothing to
guy.
do with this.
Yeah. So, all right. So, what worked week one that just did not work this week for the Saints?
I'll be honest with you. I think the answer starts and finishes with Jameis Winston. Man,
Mm.
I know he's been really. I mean, in watching him in preseason, and I think this is why we both felt so good about him. You and I both said that
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be the starting quarterback, and we were right, and he deserves to be. Don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but he comes out week one looking really good, looking really efficient. He's not making these. He made one nice downfield pass for the record to Deontay Harris for
Right.
50 air yards. That thing traveled at least, and then you go into week two, and the dude's getting sacked, and he throws the ball like straight up into the air. I'm like, this is gonna get picked because he throws it up. I see three Panthers like right underneath it. I'm like, okay, well that's stupid, and you're like on the 20, so you couldn't even score. You don't get any points from that. So basically, it's high risk Jameis Winston, and I'm sure actually that Sean Payton is ripping him a new one. And if he didn't have as much competition as he does in Taysom Hill to have that starting quarterback position locked down, I think he would probably continue to make these stupid risk averse or high risk moves.
Yeah.
But probably, and I really, really hope this is foreshadowing, is going to be more risk averse going forward.
Yeah, I don't really know. We thought that he was like past this. We thought that like, okay, he had a year where he literally just sat on the bench, just absorbed like Drew Brees' teachings. He has Sean Payton here now. He's gonna be over playing hero ball. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened here.
No. I hope you're right. I hope he is over hero ball because it seems like that's what he was kind of going back towards, and I'm glad you said that actually because that's a perfect way to describe what he was doing.
It's been something that even from like his Florida State days where he's so
Yeah.
talented and he has such a big arm that it feels like in his mind he's like, I always can make a play, and often that leads to just disastrous
Yeah.
results when he's not careful. There's the very famous in college where he like fumbled, picked the ball back up, like went back to throw it and got like sacked and threw
Strip
the
sack,
ball up.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Like
it's a very famous play. I'm sure you know it. I'm
famous
referencing.
Jameis.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. It's not good. Is there anything positive you can take away from this one?
I will give our defense the excuse of that. I think we were talking about this before we went live. That I think Sam Darnold is like he is a decent quarterback. Just now that he has escaped the clutches of the New York Jets and Adam Gase.
Yes.
And he's got Robbie Anderson, right, who is definitely a big threat. He's got
Mm-hmm.
some decent targets. Um, and I mean, the Saints were missing their top two corners,
Yeah.
right? So Marshawn Lattimore was out, he's really his own. Like, you need Marshawn around to
Mm-hmm.
beat a good, solid defense. So pass coverage probably not the best,
Yeah.
and that was obviously shown in the score that reflects that.
Yeah.
But I mean, didn't think I'd be looking at a 2-0 Carolina Panthers team at this point in the season. I won't lie to you.
Sam, like you said, Sam Darnold, he's away from Adam Gase. Ryan Tannehill got out of Adam Gase. He went to Tennessee. He started playing with one of the best running backs in the league. Sam Darnold in Carolina playing with one of the best running backs in the league. It's a recipe. It's a script we've seen before. I'm fully expecting him to come out here and play well. And I never thought it was a talent thing for Sam Darnold.
No.
It's just like one. Adam Gase fucking sucks. I think that's well established now. I think we're past the point where, like, I sound bitter as a Dolphins fan saying that he sucks, because, like, for a while there, I think people were like, oh, no, he's fine. Like, you're just a bitch for complaining because he didn't work out. But I think now it's been proven that he's just bad.
He's awful. He's very bad.
The way I always described it was like, every game they won with him as coach, it felt like they could lose. And every game they lost with him, it was just a blowout. Like, there's never a moment where it was like a comfortable W with Adam Gase. So,
man, yeah. I guess from that respect, right, you've got Brian Flores, right, who seems to be doing a decent job, and I have Sean Payton. So from the perspective of, like, at least we don't have Adam Gase, we're in a pretty good position overall.
Yes.
We're not really a carousel here.
I'm hopeful for Brian Flores, and obviously Sean Payton. He speaks for himself. Like, he's a Hall of Fame coach. Like, there's no doubt there for him. So, yeah, we're at least good. I think on that note, like, he'll get the team back together this week and probably yell at them a lot, and then probably get them to play much better next week. Who do we get on the docket next coming up for the Saints?
That's a great question, and I knew this about 20 minutes ago, and I already forgot. Oh, here's an interesting one.
Oh, the Patriots.
It is the Saints versus the Patriots.
All right. Hey, I mean, the Saints have had reasonable success against the Patriots, right? Like,
yeah.
I think they've been trading back and forth. There's obviously a few years ago, God, fucking probably 8 years ago now, because time is a relentless beast, where we had the last minute Edelman touchdown with the show ponies against the beef, that one.
Yep.
But the 4 years ago, I'm pretty sure that they beat the Patriots, so it could be good. The Patriots played well against the Jets, but it's the Jets. Who knows if they're good at all? I think this could be, a real chance for them to make a statement. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
I think, this is going to be interesting. I think a big thing is really both of these teams' secondaries, depending on how they're doing. I don't think Stephon Gilmore is going to be back, right? So I think
he can't come back till like week 7.
Oh, is he on IR?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, got it. I thought he was just contract holdout. But okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's why he's on IR.
Why. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if he was formally placed. Got it. That's good to know.
He's doing one of the hold-ins where he showed up and then was just like, "Oh, I'm hurt. I can't."
Yeah, my core hurts. Yeah, exactly. So okay, that's interesting. We'll see how healthy the Saints secondary is. I think both of these guys have good D lines. I think it's going to come down to how much protection each O line can give their quarterback, because we've seen Mac Jones. He's pretty efficient. He's pretty. He doesn't really make mistakes, it seems like. Has he thrown a pick yet? I don't think so.
He didn't in the Dolphins game, and I
that's
doubt
fair.
he did against the
I'm
Jets.
certain he did not in the Jets, actually. So there you go. So he's not thrown a pick yet. I'm going to knock on wood and say that I think the Saints could certainly be the first team he throws his first NFL pick against, which I would not complain about. But I'm also pretty certain that Jameis Winston's going to throw a pick. So it's kind of like,
Probably.
I really think it's going to come down to the quarterback play. And I think probably if you can get Alvin Kamara going, I think he could be a real difference maker as well. Obviously, I'm biased, right? But Kamara was pretty much stymied to, like, I think it was 30-something yards this last week. It wasn't good. So if he can get going, again, they have a solid D-line, so I don't know what he's going to be able to actually get off for yardage, but it's going to be a good game, 100%.
Yeah, and I think Alvin Kamara is probably the best player that the Patriots will have had to play against. Not to hate on my Dolphins, but the Dolphins don't have a player like Alvin Kamara. I know the Jets don't have a player like Alvin
No.
Kamara, so that's going to be the real test to see how good he can play. Do you have a prediction for that one?
For like Alvin Kamara's stat line, or you think the game
Oh,
score?
for the game.
Oh man, all right. For the game, I this is a tough one because I feel like we have seen two very different Saints teams.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots have looked consistent, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily. I would say probably just above league average, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the boomer bust Saints, which is not a term I want to use with Saints, but I think probably. I think Saints take it. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go with 31 to 21 Saints.
All right. I think that's a good score line. I hope so. I don't
I
want
hope
to see
so
the
too.
Patriots win. So
That means take the over, everybody. Also, you heard it here.
they take the over, hammer
Take
it.
the over.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Gambling, man, it makes me nervous. I saw
Yeah,
a
hey,
thing.
don't gamble, kids.
Yeah, I saw a thing yesterday where a guy had a $25 16-game parlay that was
Yeah.
relying on the Lions to pay out for $726,000, and you had to know, like, at that point he was like, yeah, I'm gonna lose.
It's not happening.
Like, yeah, like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, so yeah,
They were
that's
plus
what makes me
400.
nervous.
That probably was like a good 50% of that parlay, though. I didn't see the other teams, but a lot of them were big favorites, right? So, but
Yeah.
even still, like the Lions, man, yeah, it's not happening. Sorry, hombre.
Yeah, I mean, he could have, I don't know, probably gotten a good payout if he just, maybe not $700,000, but just
Like
pick the
200K
Packers.
is all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
You think Aaron Rodgers is not going to beat the Lions after getting his ass whooped the week before? Like, come on.
Come on.
Ridiculous. All right, Jack, anything else you want to add before we get on out of here?
No, I'm good, man. It's going to be a good game this week. Looking forward to it.
Should be fun. All right, where can they find you online?
Best place to find me is always Twitter. That's Jack_Tiernan. I've got NFL takes, NBA takes as always, and now we're getting to playoffs or baseball. So I'm definitely talking about some Red
Here we
Sox.
go. We'll probably have some more, if we have time, we'll talk some Red Sox, especially if
Yeah.
they do well. Put on the pink hats, as I
Yep,
haven't watched
yep.
one game this whole seson, and all of a sudden
all
got
right.
to be a huge fan. No,
I'll ramble.
listen,
It's fine. I
yeah.
can go.
all I know is that every few days people complain about Chris Sale on Twitter. That's all I know about the
They're wrong.
Red
They're
Sox.
haters. They're haters.
So there's that. Jack, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. For everyone watching this, make sure you subscribe. We're close. We're inching ever closer to 100 subscribers. Love to get the custom URL. Right now it's just youtube.com and a lot of random characters. Can't be having that. We want it youtube.com/WickedGoodSports, which is, of course, the channel. The main channel is The main channel is Wicked Good Everything. I'm tired here. I've recorded a bunch of videos. My mind's racing. My mouth's not keeping up. So yeah, you follow the channel, youtube.com/Wicked Everything. We also have a podcast channel, youtube.com, and then it's Better Radio, but we don't have a custom URL there either. You can follow the channel on Twitter at Wicked Good Sports or at WG Everything, Instagram, Wicked Good Everything, Twitch, twitch.tv/Wicked Good Everything, and TikTok, search Wicked Good Everything. I gotta update that. I gotta make some content, Jack. I've been slacking on everything except for this channel, which we make videos almost every single day for your enjoyment. Thank you so much for listening, everyone, and we will see you in the next one.